What's up, everybody? This is Marquise, the preview Doc Sports.
This is T with the Say Win podcast with another collaboration. We coming from
Kazula's downtown, Dolphin Street, from the hit house where you usually go down at. Tell everybody to come down here and you guys have a nice drink, a nice cigars, hang out with us. Kind of do a thing, talk sports while we smoking cigars.
good ambiance, good environment. Man, let's chop right into it because we ain't going to take too much time.
Oh, yeah, we got to get right into it. You know where I'm going with it, right?
Go with it, man. Go with it, man.
LSU, the governor of Louisiana, has came out and said that LSU AD is not competent enough to make the hire for the next football coach. Think about that, man.
I mean, again, I understand that.
We're talking about the governor. And then not only he said that, and I don't do politics, but hey, he said Trump is smart enough to make a hire than AD. I mean, this is what he said. It's all facts.
I feel you, but again, this is, to me, it's unprecedented. If it's not, I've never seen it before in my lifetime. I've never seen an intervention outside of the purview of the actual school.
Well, keep in mind,
It's a
state school, and they can't write laws into it because of state money.
It's one on the books, though. Apparently, it got to be in, but how do you?
I don't know. I don't. This is unprecedented.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it is precedent, I've never seen it. I've never heard of it.
I have heard of governors stopping funding for state institutions.
Yeah, funding is one thing, but if you're going to
how they're going to control it. Hey, if you don't allow us to put our input on this coaching staff, you're not going to get the state money that and LSU needs state money just like everybody else, even though they got private boosters and everything like that and funds.
But to be okay, if you want to say where fund allocation goes, and again, all this stems from I just
think it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy because if you look at the point and say if someone's incompetent now, looking at the track record. Old boy was saying, the governor is what I'm saying, oh boy, your honor, whatever dude is. But at the same time, he was saying, with the buyout of Les Miles, with the buyout of Ed Orgeron, with the buyout of Brian Kelly, he just don't want to spend a lot of money as far as another buyout. But how can you, again, you can understand and you can manipulate or put your hands on allocation of funds, but to be able to circumvent or lack thereof of personnel, I've never heard of that. I've never heard. That's like an owner saying.
But keep in mind, we're in a new era of college sports right now, especially football. With NIL, transfer portal, and all that stuff, and with the collective bargaining agreements and things like that. So,
do they have a CBA in place?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the SEC. They've been having one. That's why they play for the referees. Cheap.
Yeah.
No, serious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of all your large colleges do. So. My thing is a lot of unprecedented things are starting to happen because there's so much money being put around. But that's crazy to come out with a public statement.
But again,
in the news, that press release to say that.
Again, and if we're talking about the money, there's a lot of, like you just said, there's a lot of money. It's a lot of fun. It's always been a lot of money in college football.
Right.
Let's just be real about it. But right now, you can kind of put that money out in the limelight. So with more money and more power, I guess it comes with more responsibility. But I've never seen an elected official have input, and you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can do it now, apparently he can. But
right. But we're in the age to where things are not normal.
Yeah.
Think about when this first the transfer report and all this. Everybody didn't like it, NIL, and they still trying to warm up to it. So people are getting bolder and bolder. But I tell you something crazier than that. Well, not crazy, but Marcus Freeman came out today. And Marcus Freeman, coach of Notre Dame.
Good coach, too.
Great coach. I wish he was at Florida State, but hey, Florida State, you think Florida governor would come out and say Florida State?
That's what I'm saying. I've never.
I hope so.
I mean, but.
Because he couldn't even fire Mike Norvell in the middle of the season like everybody else. Yeah. He's going to wait to the end of the season, hurt the program to go on a coach's hire? That's crazy.
But to me, again, we've been talking about it all year. Mid-season firings are different. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to the point of saying, all right, we're going to...
when you get beat by Stanford?
Yeah, I mean, but still, though, we talking about mid-season... No. Mid-season reset, that's a lot of chaos.
It is.
If you've ever been in a locker room, if you've ever been... That's these kids now, and like with the NIL and with the transfer, like, the minute a coach get fired mid-season, them kids on the phone with their agent, because most of them got agents now.
Yeah.
They're trying to see what other park they're going to go to, what other schools they're going to go to. So that's why I was saying about the game with Penn State and Ohio State this weekend, with James Franklin getting clipped in the middle, again, mid-season. Not to say coaches don't get fired, but mid-season firing, That's more of an egregious.
That was more shocking because any coach should have made it to the end of the year. James
That's
Franklin
what I'm saying.
and Brian Kelly should
Yeah,
have made it to the
like
end of the year. But back, I want to get. I hear you. I want to talk about this Marcus Freeman thing because I think this is what lead in to LSU governors and things being both. But Marcus Freeman made a comment like Nick Saban, all the other coaches saying they're saying they don't like NIL because it changes the aspect of football, right? Right. That's what they said, and I agree with them. But they wasn't saying that when they was making $10 million a year.
Exactly.
They weren't saying that when college players was not getting paid and had to stay when they left at any time. But now you want to come out and say, hey, college kids making so much money? Man, who are you? Give some of your money back then. If you want to be the stand-up coach and you want to talk about college players don't need money or change the game, give your money up as a coach.
From me, I think it was more, and again, I may be misunderstood, but again, I think it lends itself to the thinking of if you are a coach, and again, like we said, we're in the unprecedented waters. This is different. We've all championed in. These kids should get paid.
Right.
Now they're getting paid. Now with the getting paid, though, you have everything that comes along with a professional salary.
True.
You need a general manager. I think every school should have a GM and an AD.
Yes.
That way the coach could just coach. Because if you got a kid saying, hey, I need X amount of dollars, like Nick Saban, I don't know how true it was, but he was saying that they were on their way to a game. And it was a kid who was a second string cornerback whose dad said, hey, if you don't give my son another $750,000, we getting off the bus.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy.
They do it all the time. It's a money game in sport. That's why I believe it's minor league football right now. You need to bring the contracts in, but these kids still should get paid.
They should get paid, but again, lending itself, like I said, in the situation of what's going on with coaches, that puts you in a very unique situation as a coach. If you're going to be able to say, okay, my AD,
yes,
we got a general manager, he gonna take care of the money. I can take care of what I need to take care of as far as player evaluation, talent evaluation,
correct,
and the product on the field.
Right.
Now, with everybody, I think a pushback on what Dabo and Saban and all of them were saying, like you said.
But that was more of a controlled pushback because they knew once they gave these kids the money and the transfer portal that
they had the upper hand.
There's no way I can lock this kid down and make him do what I need him to do to make this football team successful. That's why Saban got out, and I don't blame him for that. But I think he would get back in, or I think coaches would get back in if you came out with a 2-year contract.
They got it. Yeah, they've got to get someone. They've got to retool this. But again, to the players out there, till they do, I know they're going to change it, but till they do, get your bread.
Get your bread.
But this ain't going to last that long.
But like we also said, when you get in your money, make sure you take care of your money. Make sure you invest in your money. Make sure you understand what you're doing with your money.
Yeah, business and financial acumen.
Because you might not believe this. You're getting $1 million, $2 million. That is life-changing money for anybody. I don't care if you're 21. I don't care if you're 45. I don't care if you're 50. To get that kind of money is life-changing. So you have to make that money work for you. So you need to sit down with a financial advisor and a future plan before you get into the league or after you leave college, so that money you can have businesses for your family, you can have things for your community, and that money will work for you and
investment
work for your kids and your grandkids.
Now let me ask you this now. With the NFL, they have a players union and they have health and insurance benefits.
Yeah.
With this, do you think college should have that?
I think college, go ahead. Joe, I'm sorry.
If I'm paying you $10 million, you ought to be able to insure me.
Yeah, but if we got collective bargaining, again, if it's going to go to the point of the model, because you got a model with the NFL.
Yes.
If it's going to go to a professional business model, that has to entail all the aspects of that business model.
I think we're in the era of college football where I don't think kids should go to class because
it's hard.
Because you have the money, right? It's like a business, right?
Yeah.
And what are you going to class for? You already got $2 million.
Well, you know, they don't go to class. Well, I don't want to say they don't go to class. Yeah, but
they don't go to real class. They go to basket weaving and stuff like that.
But speak to the point that I think you said a few weeks ago. With that, does that put a limitation on scholarship athletes?
Yes. If you're getting paid $1 million, what you get a scholarship for? Get that to a non-athletic kid.
Because I think a lot of the Title IX,
I think there's some stipulations on it, but get that to a kid that needs help.
And that can help the team at the same time, and then you can capitalize. Now, with this and with the transfer portal and the NIL and all of that, do you think that gives a sense of urgency to win like right now? When you think that would be like a built-in incentive?
Yes, because
you got to win because that kid may not be
doing now. Because think about these schools are panicking, like Florida State, like LSU, they're panicking because the money they have put in their program, they are not getting the results that they need. They're not getting the Ohio State results. They're not getting the results. Vanderbilt has one of the lowest paid NIL deals. They're smart kids, and they're not getting.
But it's a lot of money in Tennessee at Vanderbilt. Don't get it twisted. Get some bread in Vanderbilt at Tennessee. I mean, it's but again, when you look at the point, everything that we're talking about, what it encompasses, do you think it makes the game better? That's the ask. Do you think it makes the game better?
I think it don't make. I think it has no bearing on the game. Reason why? But reason being, yeah, because you pay attention to what happened on the field. Now, if you get into all this back landscape and stuff, yes, of course it make a difference. It's going to bother you. It's not.
I think it's going to change the product on the field because again, now
it has, right?
Yeah, it has.
But they're still one of the highest grossing sports of all time on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Right?
Any other day of the week too, for real.
Because of what they have on the game. Now, I do think you can't follow a player like you did from high school recruiting to his
the legacy, the legacy attachment, that's gone.
But so we